That one big day for the club, obviously, but celebrating the back-to-back championship. But they came at you in the third, but fourth quarter you really closed them down and finished it off.
Yeah, our guys just played. They played well for the 40 minutes. You know, there were some bumps in the road, but I mean, those are things that are going to happen. It's a game of runs, and obviously Jay had 4 fouls, Jordy had 4 fouls, Zell had 4 fouls. And there's a stretch where they were all very productive, and they didn't let that affect their play. So I mean, Jay hit 2 big threes in the pick and rolls that separated us, and then we just got it going. And Zell made a big catch and shoot 3, and then Jordy's just rolling, putting pressure on the rim the entire game. It was good, and just with the atmosphere. Congrats to everybody, to Jay and everyone that was here in the last 2 years, and happy for the Kings organization. So it's a beautiful arena.
11 guys scored, 5 in double figures. That spread of scoring, I mean, is that what you're looking for moving forward? Because obviously you've still got DJ Hogue to come back.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, whoever scores, but the guys are just want to make the extra pass. And it just happens to be different guys in the corners, different guys on the wings. And, I mean, guys sharing the ball. I mean, we emphasize just 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. I mean, and J.A., Zell, Brucey all share the ball, and 27 assists, 13 turnovers. I mean, I think you'll put yourself in position to win a lot of games.
Defensive transition, probably a bit of a concern, or is it just part of the growing pains in the early stages of the season?
No, I think it's just one step at a time. We did a great job for it for majority of the game, but we just got to do it for 40 minutes. So that's definitely not a concern. We know what we need to do.
How did it feel to be back, Mr. Adams?
It felt great, especially back on that home floor. Took us long enough. Took us a couple games. I'm just glad we can go out there, play as a team, and get a win for such a special organization, and special city, special fan base.
I talked about Hogue obviously coming back, but just does that sort of speak to the upside in this team? Because you guys really haven't. I mean, you said yourself you haven't really had a preseason as such. The guys only played the 3 preseason games, so you're kind of just getting started. So is that kind of a positive that you feel like there is tremendous upside in this group?
For sure. Like Mahmoud said, we're going to take it one day at a time. It's a new group. None of us have played together. So it's going to take some time, but I think we're going in the right direction. And we just got to keep sticking to the principles that Coach preaches every day and just keep growing and getting better at them. And I think the end goal will be good.
Are you liking what you're seeing out of the connection between the group? I know, obviously, early stages, but as the floor general, I mean, is that something you're sort of looking at, thinking, yeah, we can really take this someplace?
For sure, we stick together. I think it's just a good group of people, just as much as basketball players. So, nobody hangs their head really. Everybody's there for one another, and I think if we could just tie that into what we're doing defensively, just being there to support the next man, then we'll be a lot better. So, like you said, I think the upside is there, and I look forward to seeing it full throttle.
Just on what Jay was saying, do you sense that it is still a work in progress here and that it will take some time for this team to get back where it has been the last couple of years?
No, I don't. I honestly don't worry about what we've done the last couple of years. It's just about the team that we got right now and just being the best team that we can be today. We're not going to be the champs today. We're not going to be the best team in the league today. We just have to be better than our opponent. And today we just made a few more plays. Adelaide, they play hard. I mean, they play hard. They don't quit. I know their record or what they're at, but that doesn't show how talented they are. I think CJ does a great job over there with the guys. I mean, they've been in a one-possession game with Perth, I think with Melbourne. Like, they've been in all the games. But it's just one step at a time, and we'll continue take steps in the right direction, and hopefully we get better going into next week and the following week. Wins and losses, don't determine if we're improving. We know what we're supposed to do, so we just got to take care of business, and the outcome will take care of itself.
And just on Zell, obviously easing into his first NBL season, but some really nice moments today. What do you make of his progress so far?
Yeah, just like Jay was asked, I mean, just the camaraderie and chemistry just amongst everybody. Everybody stepped up. Glove did a great job, playing minimum minutes in the first 2 games. And then coming up just defensively, I thought he made some big plays for us, putting pressure on the rim. But, yeah, I mean, everybody's stepping up. Just as a team, we take strides. Every individual player is taking strides as well.
Congratulations on the win. Adelaide kept coming at you in that game, like you mentioned, and What will you and the guys prepare for Perth, knowing they'll be hungry to come here and win as well? They will not give it to you so easily either.
No, definitely. Great question. Honestly, we'll just focus on how we can improve from Adelaide. We won't look at our opponents next week until middle of the week. So we just got to clean up what we made, the mistakes that we made. I promise you, we're not focusing on Brisbane. We're not focusing on Perth. We are truly focusing on ourselves, just cleaning up the mistakes that we need to clean up, and then we'll worry about those guys towards the end of the week. Thank you for asking. No,
Jay,
no
were you
worries.
hoping that three-pointer in the dark might have counted? It was pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was probably the cleanest look I got that day. So I was kind of mad when the lights went out. I was hoping they just hesitated on the whistle a little bit so they can count it, but things happen.
Bit of a bizarre moment there. The low light for the rest of that quarter, did it register with you, or did it affect anything?
I think when you're in the court, you don't really notice it too much, but I'm not gonna lie, it was something that I did just notice playing up and down. It was knowing what the gym looks like and knowing how bright it is, and I think you'd notice, but I can't blame the play on it or anything. It just was noticeable.
Matty, you're up. If Zoom's working.
Yeah, g'day. Can you hear me, Coach?
Yes, how you doing?
Oh, good. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, look, Denzel, I keep calling him bloody Washington, but Denzel Valentine had a fine game tonight, mate. Just for people who might not know too much about him, he's come from Chicago Bulls, which is a pretty fair pedigree. What more can we expect from him this season?
Just continues to do the things that he's been doing. I think he's had a great game against Illawarra. Tasmania, I feel as a team, we didn't play to the best of our capabilities. And then obviously he stepped up today as well. 15, 5, and 3. He's averaging, I believe, about 6.5 rebounds, 7 assists. So he's a do-it-all guy. That's what got him College Player of the Year at Michigan State. That's what got him. That's what's gotten him drafted. He's a talented player, just like J.A., Jordy, DJ when he comes back, JG, Tui. So we got a lot of talented guys. It just goes back to them sticking to their roles and understanding what they need to do to help us be successful, and then they'll find success as individuals as well.
And Jordy Hunter, sorry if you've already answered this one, mate, but
Yeah, no worries.
You had many points and a strong game under the basket, a couple of blocks. You must be happy with his effort.
Yeah, it's not about the points. There are certain things that he did that don't get charted in the box score. But just his physicality on the defensive end, minimizing their second chance opportunities was a big key going into the game. And then just the pressure that he put on the rim, him and Jonah and our other bigs, I thought they did a great job. And our guards did a hell of a job finding them. And you see it in the box score. So kudos to him, kudos to Jonah, kudos to our guards, just the timing and their willingness just to stick together for the entire 40 minutes.
It must be, I know we're only 3 games in and you've actually dropped the game, but there appears to be a lot of confidence in your team. I know it's early days, but it's quite a nice start to the back-to-back-to-back attack.
Yeah, for sure. No worries. Trust me. Everybody, that's all they're talking about, but it's just one day at a time. We're not focused on the championship. We're not focused on who we play in 2 weeks. We're truly going to focus just on getting our rest, enjoying their day off, and then we'll do what we have to do on Tuesday to make sure that we improve and clean up the mistakes that we make. Because we're going to be who we are. It doesn't matter who we play. If we just put forth our best ability every single night out, I think it's going to be tough to beat us, but we got to make sure that we do that for 40 minutes because there's a lot of talented teams in the league.
All right, thanks, mate. Go well.
Cheers.
Chris, you want to ask any questions? Chris Pike?
No, I'm all good, thanks.
Sweet. Thanks, boys.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.